Rule number one is to not intentionally skip over important wording when you're going to quote hadith, such as where it says the Prophet was caused to forget. He didn't just forget out of nowhere, he was caused to forget.
So Rumzi says that Muhammad didn't just forget, but was caused to forget such and such verses and such surahs in Sahih Al-Bukhari 5038. And when we go to Sahih Al-Bukhari 5038, like we are right here, we do see that Muhammad forgot such and such verses and such surahs. When it says Allah's Messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at night and said, "May Allah bestow His mercy on him as He has reminded me," i.e. Muhammad, "of such and such verses, of such and such surahs, which I was caused to forget." So, Muhammad didn't just forget, he was caused to forget such and such verses and such surahs. But knowing this, I don't even see how this helps Rumzi's case in the first place. Because what other prophet was caused to forget? From Abraham to John the Baptist, God never caused any prophet to forget the revelation. But, man, who knows? Maybe Allah didn't say something right and wanted Muhammad to forget. I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, maybe Allah just, you know, didn't want him to remember one of the very mistakes he left in the Quran. And it's possible that Allah, you know, made Muhammad forget these verses and surahs because he messed up. But that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, no. That's fine. It's okay. We all know, Allah, that you made mistakes as God. Now let's go ahead and let's refute Rumzi once again.
As the Quran says, we do not abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, except that we bring forth one better.
Okay, so Rumzi says that these verses are not abrogated or caused to be forgotten, but that we bring one better. And the verse he is saying this from is Surah 2, 106. And I have it up right here. It says, if we ever abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, we replace it with a similar one. Do you not know that Allah is most capable of everything? And it's true. The verse does say that they do not abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, except that we bring forth one better. But this does not help Rumzi's case. In fact, it hurts him. Because in the other verse, in the Quran Surah 11, verse 1, well, we have it up right here. It says that this is a book whose verses are well perfected and then fully explained. So, it's a book whose verses are well perfected, we replace it with a better or similar one. So riddle me this. How is it that Allah can replace it with a better or similar one when his verses are well perfected? They're perfected already and then fully explained. How is it that it can get better than perfect? Is Allah lying and saying that his verses are perfect when it's not? Probably. But if his verses are already perfected, then, I mean, you can't bring something that's better than perfect. And then in the verse it says, it is from the one, Allah, who is all wise and all aware. I guess for the one who is all aware wasn't aware of him contradicting himself. But, you know, that's not all of Rumzi's claims. Let's do another Rumzi. Let's refute Rumzi once again.
Okay, so what does the Quran actually mean when it calls Jesus kalimatuhu, his word? Ibn Kathir makes it crystal clear. In his tafsir of 4171, he says, Isa was a word from Allah that he bestowed on Maryam, meaning he created him with the word be that he sent with Jibreel to Maryam. It's just that easy.
Oh, Rumzi. If Jesus was simply Allah's word just because he used the word be to create him, create Jesus, then shouldn't Adam also be called Allah's word? Because if you go to Surah 359, which I have up right here, Adam was created by the word be, as we can see. Indeed, the example of Jesus in the sight of Allah is like that of Adam. He created him from dust, then said to him, be, and he was. Adam was created by the word be. Also, so reasonably, by your logic, Adam would be Allah's word. But never in the Quran does it say that Adam is Allah's word. Never. It never says it in the Quran that Adam is identified as Allah's word. But you find Jesus being called Allah's word. But Jesus was created the same way Adam was. So Adam's not called Allah's word, but Jesus is. So if they were both created by the word be, there has to be something more than just Jesus being created by the word be for him to be Allah's word. That's the problem with Islam and Allah when you try to abrogate a better saying for Allah, even though it contradicts him. But not only is this a contradiction in the Quran. But there's also a problem with Jesus being Allah's word in the Quran. Because for one of Allah's attributes is his words. That's one of his many attributes in Islam is his words. Or his speech and whatnot. If Jesus is Allah's words, or Allah's word, and one of Allah's attributes is his word, and his attributes are eternal, that would mean that Jesus, being Allah's word, is eternal. Meaning that Allah committed shirk. And Jesus is God. He's not a prophet. And now there is someone alongside Allah. So, you Muslims have two gods? Interesting, interesting. So, Jesus is God in Islam. And to every Muslim who says that you worship the same God that has been from the Torah, the New Testament, or the Injil, to the Quran, I want you to say this: I believe and worship the Father. Thank you for your time.